The first time I saw her, I wasn't even home. I was staring at my phone screen from a hotel room 2 time zones away, watching a woman in a pastel blazer raise bolt cutters like she owned the world. She leaned over my driveway and snapped the security chain on my Jeep with a loud, ugly clack, while a tow truck idled behind her like a getaway car. And my sister's voice came through the video call, shaky and furious. "Ethan, she's actually doing it. I need you to understand something right up front, that Jeep wasn't a project car or some weekend toy. It was government property assigned to me for work, and it was parked exactly where it was supposed to be, on the private driveway of the house I inherited from my grandmother. The neighborhood is called Silver Pines Estates, which sounds like a place with deer and friendly barbecues, but it's really just manicured grass and people who smile while they measure your mailbox height. And sitting right at the center of it all, like a spider in a Pinterest-perfect web, was the HOA president, Monica Harrington. Monica was the kind of Karen who didn't just love rules, she loved being the rule. Clipboard laminated badge, perfectly curled hair, and that look like she was permanently disappointed in your existence. 2 weeks after I left for a work trip, she sent the first notice: unauthorized vehicle, non-compliant. Daily fines will apply until resolved. Then another, each one a little more dramatic, like she was writing episodes of her own show. My sister Claire was staying at the house to check on things while I was gone, and she called me like it was an emergency because to her it was. "They're charging you every day," she said, flipping the phone so I could see the bright red final notice stamped across the paper. I talked to Monica. She says the Jeep looks aggressive, and it's lowering community standards. "Did you tell her it's government property?" I asked. "I tried," Claire said, and I could hear the exhaustion in her voice. She didn't even look at the documents. She just smiled and said, "If you can't meet the standards, maybe this community isn't the right fit." That was Monica. Not a conversation, a verdict. Claire did everything right. She printed the assignment letter, she kept copies, she emailed the management company. She was polite, calm, respectful, which apparently is exactly what Monica feeds on. Because the next step wasn't another warning, it was escalation. Suddenly, there was a safety inspection request, then a community compliance review, then a private security car creeping through the street at night, slowing down in front of my driveway like my Jeep was a wild animal that might jump the curb. Claire told me she caught Monica taking pictures, close-ups, the dash, the plates, the chain, like she was building a case file. And look, I've dealt with aggressive people before. I'm not delicate. But there's something uniquely infuriating about someone who thinks a neighborhood title gives them authority over property that isn't theirs. I tried to handle it clean. I emailed Monica directly, short and professional. "Vehicle is authorized. Please cease fines. Do not touch the Jeep." I copied the HOA manager. I attached documentation. I thought, surely, this is where a normal person stops. Monica replied in 10 minutes. "Thank you for your input. The Homeowners Association will continue enforcement until the violation is remedied." That sentence, "continue enforcement," was the moment I realized she wasn't mistaken. She was committed. Then Claire called me one night, whispering like someone might be listening. "There's a guy outside again," she said. "Same one from the security car. He's walking around the Jeep with a flashlight." My stomach did that slow drop. "Are the doors locked?" "Yes, but Ethan, I think they're trying to get inside." I wanted to jump through the phone. Instead, I told her what every long-distance brother tells himself will help stay inside. Don't confront them. Call me if anything changes. And after we hung up, I sat on the edge of that hotel bed, staring at the wall, feeling something. I hate feeling powerless. This is the part where I'm supposed to say I never doubted myself. But that's not real life. Real life is me thinking at 200 a.m. Maybe I should just have it moved. Maybe I should pay the stupid fines. Maybe it's not worth dragging Claire through this. Not because I was wrong, because sometimes the easiest way out looks like oxygen when you're drowning. But the next morning, everything changed. Claire texted me one-word footage. Then she sent the clip. It was from a camera system in the Jeep, and the timestamp read 1:43 a.m. Monica was right there in my driveway, close enough for the lens to catch the smug little tilt of her mouth. She tried the handle once, twice. Then she gestured off-screen, and that security guy stepped forward like a lackey waiting for instructions. She wasn't enforcing standards. She was attempting to access a vehicle she had no legal right to touch. And that snapped something in me. I stopped trying to win with neighborhood emails and polite explanations. I called the one person who would not be impressed by community guidelines, our legal liaison. I sent the footage. I sent the notices. I sent the fine schedule. I sent the email where I told her clearly not to touch the Jeep. The response I got back wasn't dramatic. It was calm, which somehow made it scarier. Do not engage further. We will handle this. After that, Monica got bolder, like she could feel the fight coming, and wanted to land a big punch first. She started calling around. Claire told me there were rumors. Someone said you're running weapons, she said. Someone said the Jeep is dangerous. Monica told Mrs. Laney down the street that you're bringing federal trouble into the neighborhood. And then the real insanity started. Monica began filing reports not with the HOA, with actual authorities, noise complaints, safety concerns, a welfare check request on Claire, even a call about an abandoned suspicious vehicle. It was like she was machine-gunning paperwork hoping something would stick. Claire was exhausted. I could hear her trying to hold it together. I don't want to be here anymore, she admitted, but I don't want to leave Grandma's house unprotected either. I took a slow breath and told her, you're not alone. We're not letting her win by bullying you out. And then came the morning of the bolt cutters. Claire FaceTimed me again, and I answered immediately, and there she was, Monica Harrington, standing in my driveway like it was her personal stage. Tow truck behind her, private security guy watching, a couple neighbors hovering at a distance like they were at a car accident they didn't want to admit they were rubbernecking. Monica pointed at my Jeep and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "This violates our standards, and I'm done being ignored." The tow truck driver looked like he wanted to vanish into the asphalt. "Ma'am, I just need to confirm." Monica cut him off. "I'm the president of the Homeowners Association. Tow it." Claire stepped outside, keeping her distance phone held up like a shield. "You can't do that," she said. "You've been told you can't." Monica smiled. "Watch me." And then she actually did it. She raised the bolt cutters and clamped down on the chain like she was cutting a ribbon at a grand opening. The metal snapped, the chain dropped, and for half a second Monica looked satisfied, like she'd finally proven she was the biggest dog on the block. The Jeep system chirped, a sharp electronic warning sound that made a couple neighbors flinch. The tow truck driver swallowed hard. "Ma'am, I'm not touching that. I'm not losing my license over this." Monica's face tightened. "Then you're useless." She spun on Claire. "Tell your brother he can either comply or I'll have him removed." That's when something happened. I didn't expect, not from Claire and not from the neighborhood. A man across the street, a quiet older guy Claire had only waved at before, stepped forward and said, "Ma'am, you're trespassing." Another neighbor said, "Leave her alone." Monica snapped back, "Mind your business." And then the sound of sirens hit the street. Not the slow, casual kind, the fast kind. Two vehicles pulled up and the energy shifted instantly. Monica tried to stand taller, tried to put on her "I run this place" posture. But it didn't land the same when uniforms started stepping out. A woman in a blazer followed them, not rushing, not dramatic, just purposeful. She introduced herself like this was a Tuesday. "Sophia Ramirez, Assistant U.S. Attorney." Monica blinked. "This is a private community matter." Sophia didn't raise her voice. She didn't have to. "This is a federal vehicle. You were notified in writing not to interfere. We have recorded evidence of attempted access, repeated harassment, and today forced tampering." Monica's mouth opened, then closed. The clipboard suddenly looked like a toy. Then another person stepped forward, a U.S. Marshal, Dana Brooks' calm eyes, clipped tone, zero patience for nonsense. "Monica Harrington," she said, "please stand where you are." Monica stuttered, "You can't. I'm the president of the HOA. I have authority." Dana's expression didn't change, not over this. The neighbors were dead silent. Even the tow truck engine sounded too loud. Monica tried one last time like a broken record. "This is my community." Dana took her arm. "Hands behind your back." And then it happened, the clean, unmistakable click. Click of cuffs closing right there on my driveway under the same sun Monica thought she owned. Claire's camera shook a little as she filmed, and I realized my own hands were trembling too, not from victory, from the sheer relief of watching power finally meet its limit. Monica's voice got small. "This is ridiculous." Dana walked her toward the car without looking back. And I ended the call the moment Monica disappeared into the back seat, because the lesson was already written loud and clear. When someone mistakes a title for power, reality eventually shows up with handcuffs.